My name is Lawrence Reid Bechtel, and I am a sculptor. I see my work, in the context of my life, as a series of sculptural moments, which taken together describe a long arc. In this introductory film, I invite you to travel this arc, leading up to my most recent bronze portrait sculptures of Thomas Jefferson and his slave, Isaac Jefferson. Sculpture for me is an adventure. Portrait sculpture is about manifesting the mystery of personhood. And in a piece that's bronze, you're getting kind of one shot to, in one moment of expression, to somehow capture the soul and the lifetime of experiences of an individual. It's totally impossible, really. But art itself is an impossible enterprise, and that's what it makes it so challenging, so alluring. I enjoy just pure form, too, where all sculpture starts, because it's physical form. That's the thing. That's the power of it. Most people think in terms of its narrative content. What does it look like? What is it about? What they don't appreciate typically is that the form is conveying meaning and content to them, but it's registering with them at a deeper level, an emotional and a subconscious level. But because I was raised in a home my father was an English teacher, my mother was a librarian, I do very much feel the literary background there, story. I am a storyteller. I've got a piece that's called Storyteller. I've taught stories. I usually, or very often, think of a sculpture as a climactic moment in a narrative. That I really like. So you have a piece, you have a sculpture that implies a past and implies a future. And it's all contained in the moment, as all things are, as all life is itself. There's a long arc that connects several of my sculptural works together. I began a sculptural portrait of Frederick Douglass several years ago. This led directly then to a sculpture of Captain Schaefer, who came down to Christiansburg right after the Civil War, established a church for freed slaves and a school. And then from that, I did a sculpture of Nannie B. Hairston, a local civil rights activist, the fundraiser for that project. And then finally, from that background, I came to Jefferson, and along with Jefferson, Isaac Jefferson. What fascinates me about Jefferson is the paradox of the man. Of all the founding fathers, that galaxy of luminaries, he was so learned, so eloquent, so inquisitive, so passionate. And I think he feels so contemporary. But at the same time, he was a slave owner. Of course, other founders were also slave owners. Thomas Jefferson is the author of the Declaration of Independence, which is really our scripture. What drew me to Isaac Jefferson was that here I had an image, a blurry photographic image, and a memoir of a slave who worked for Thomas Jefferson at Monticello. Isaac put a face on slavery there. Instead of just a system, I had an individual. And that gave me something to sculpt. And then I was able to pair Isaac Jefferson with Thomas Jefferson. And that was very illuminating for me. The art continues.